What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Guerra and Don. I'm your host, John Guerra. Not further ado, let's get straight into the episode.
And I can't go on, I can't go on like this, just dwelling on it used to be. I can fix these halls and patch these walls, but there's no patching. Let's get straight into the episode, guys.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome back to another episode. We're here. We are here. I know I didn't get one out Monday, but listen up. I've been having a big situation going on with my computer this whole week, and it's been making me furious. Straight furious. I don't know what it is. Whenever I try to edit my stuff, it keeps signing me out, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't let me download anything. It just keeps signing me out. So I haven't been able to do anything. I literally have not. Every single day I've been working on it. Honestly, I haven't been working on as much as I say I am, but I have been working on it. Still got school, still got everything else. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the news before we start yapping. Very mean squirrel terrorizing California neighborhood. Got those killer squirrels out there. Attack of the killer squirrels. Dude, they're warning other locals to be aware of a very mean squirrel that has sent at least 2 people to the emergency room. Squirrels are vicious, man. Flying. The image here shows a flying squirrel going like that, you know? Oh my gosh. Like that. That's how the squirrel looks. So if you saw that, I'd be pretty scared too. Think about that. Close your eyes and think right now. I turn around. This is you, not me. Think about this. You're walking, you're trying to get into your house. You hear a screech, you turn around, you see a flying squirrel straight at your face. And then it's in your face, and I have curly hair, so it might think it's like a nest or something, and it might start like fighting my face. A squirrel might start fighting my forehead, ripping my hair apart, thinking I'm a squirrel or something. So that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. I get it. Good looking out for them, warning everyone about it. Good stuff for them. Crab found riding first class on passenger passenger train in England. Did he pay for it? If he did, then this ain't no news story. But if he didn't pay for it, I expect to see something happen here. Letting a crab go first class for free. That would cause a lot of issues, I imagine. If they got out that it was for free, I imagine that would get a lot of people going. It'd get me going. If he gets to go for free, why can't I get on? What do I have to do? Walk around like this? Make it make sense, dude. That's enough news stories for today. Let's get to the real nitty-gritty. The Cubs are in the playoffs, man. I'm so excited. So excited the Cubs are in the playoffs. Last time they're in the playoffs, I believe, was it like 2020, 2021? When they had the last real year with Rizzo in them. And they lost. They got swept by the Marlins. Yep. All that just to get swept by the Marlins. And before that, last time they were in the playoffs was, I believe, 2016, 2017, when they played the Dodgers. And they lost to the Dodgers. Which, Dodgers went on to go to the World Series and lose to the Astros. So I believe that's 2016. I get confused with the years because it's the whole year. The playoffs is in October and it happens around November for the World Series. So usually it's the end of the year, but my mind thinks about how when I think about a whole year, I think about kind of a school year. So I think about the ending year, not the year that actually started. And I don't think I actually made any sense with that statement either. I might have confused y'all, but that's how the years for baseball throw me off a lot. So I'm trying to remember. Because I think, they won in 2016. But in reality, was it 2015? I think they won in 2016. Pretty sure the Cubs won in 2016. So I'm going to say 2017. I don't know. Okay. I just know that it was the Cubs and then the Astros won the next year. And then after that, so it's Cubs, Astros, and I believe Red Sox. No, wait. Cubs, Astros. Pretty sure. I don't want to do the years. I know I could probably, if we sat here for 3 minutes, I could probably name you the past like 20-ish World Series winners, like off the top of my head. But we're not doing that right now because I might embarrass myself going forward. But yeah, I'm so excited for the Cubs. They're playing the Padres. I hope they can win. I think they can win. I don't know if they can win the World Series though. I think it's a really open World Series. No one won 100 games this year. Usually there's like a few teams that are like, oh, they're going to win. But honestly, I don't know. It's up in the air, man. This is Kershaw's last year for the Dodgers as well. I think, if you ask me, I think the Dodgers win it. But I don't know. I don't know. You never know. You never know. This is how it always works, guys. This is how, to me, it always works. There's always that young team. This is baseball, but this goes for a lot of sports, NBA and all that as well. But usually it happens in baseball. Baseball, there's always the power, like two powerhouse teams that do pretty good. They usually choke, or like they'll make the World Series. That, one of them always makes the World Series. Another one always chokes. All right, and then there's always the young powerhouse team, the one that like finishes the first seed, like the Orioles did, I believe, like 2 years ago. Orioles were first seed this year. To me, it's the Blue Jays. You get I think the Blue Jays are the powerhouse, really, but I don't think they're going to win it. I don't think Philly's going to win it either. I don't think neither one of the first seeds are going to win. I really do think it's probably going to be the Dodgers. My money would be on the Dodgers. But yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I don't think anyone besides the Dodgers really is going to win. The Mariners might go to the World Series, but again, it's like their first year in the playoffs like that, so it's like they usually lose at some point. But this isn't a sports podcast, so let's keep moving on, fellas. I was playing basketball the other day on Friday, and it's usually been pretty hot outside, but we're starting to get to that transitional time because it's officially fall. It's officially fall, dude. So, yeah, deal with it. But I was playing basketball, the hoops. Oh, I'm smack the hoops, as the kids say. And, I have, I don't want to say asthma, but, it gets hard for me to breathe when it gets really cold. So it got really cold in the gym. We were playing basketball. First game, dude, it got really cold and I couldn't, like my heart started feeling really tight. My lungs were getting tight and I couldn't breathe. It was getting so hard, and it's like, it looks bad. It looks like I'm out of shape, dude. But in reality, they don't know. I can run. Like I got a lot of cardio, but it's just like, it gets to my chest after a while and it gets hard for me to breathe. Yeah. And then last night I woke up, I slept on my shoulder, dude. So it feels like I dislocated my shoulder, which is funny because when I would play baseball back then, I would literally always dislocate my shoulder, especially during batting practice because you're taking like 100-ish swings. Out of nowhere, I would swing and my front shoulder just, and it would just pop out. And I was like, oh. And the coach would be like, oh, like right there. When I go up here, I feel it. It makes me like, dude, that is not fun. Because it's like, oh, I'm like an old man now, dude. Like an old man. But yeah, and then he used to have me just keep practicing and I would keep swinging. And after a while, my shoulder would just pop back in. But yeah. Listen. Can you hear that? Can you even hear that? I don't know if you can. But my knees will do too. Yeah, every time I roll my shoulder, it's like, I'm just like grinds against each other. A lot of people freak out a lot because I could always do it with my wrist. I could always pop my knuckles. I could always pop my neck. Like that's like stuff I could do like all the time. Like all the time. 24/7. If I could just sit here and just, that's my thumb popping, dude. Look at that. I don't know how. Maybe like just damage, I guess, or something. But yeah, I could do that 24/7. Like, yeah, I feel fatigued after a while, but like the ability to do it, it doesn't go away. And I think that's pretty wild that I'm able to do that. It's kind of freaky, right? It's like a magic trick. Imagine like one day, like I'm doing it. I'm like, hey guys, look at this. my thumb just fully comes out. That'd be so gross, dude. It'd be so gross. Oh, I'd be so grossed out. I find it so crazy when people break like stuff because I remember one time I vividly remember so well was I was playing basketball in a tournament. I was like in seventh grade, and I was playing basketball. And while we were playing, I don't know where I just heard like some kid go like, "Oh!" Like the crowd, I guess, was like, "Oh, whoa!" And you turn around and you see this kid on the floor, and he's like this, and he's like, "I think I broke my wrist." But you know, like when you break stuff, or like you get like a real bad injury, you go into like shock. You know, for y'all that haven't like got hurt, like something like that, you go into shock, dude. And it's like your mind is like, "Whoa!" And I just remember him going like this, and like his wrist was broken. He stood up and he started walking. He's like, "I broke my wrist." Almost, almost started choking, dude. But yeah, the thing that happened to me, and I think I'm pretty sure I've talked about this, is that one time I was playing, I would play first base, right? And this was a game I wasn't even supposed to play. It was like a tournament, and it was the first game. We were playing a team that wasn't that good. It was the Sunday, so you know, Saturday you play the games to find your bracket, like where you are in the bracket, and Sunday's the actual bracket. First game Sunday, I wasn't supposed to play. I was supposed to just like take it easy. The team wasn't that good that we were playing against. So none of the stars we were playing, but you know what? I was like, I kind of do want to play. Like I want to get out there, get more reps, because I was like on like a weird like to where I was kind of struggling a little bit on some positions. Like I was doing all right, but I wasn't doing amazing. It's like I'll play. I'll have some fun. I'll play. Game starts and we're warming up. For y'all to play baseball, it's like before you like actually start the inning, you always get like 30 seconds to warm up. So it's like, you know, I'm at first, I'm throwing the ball to the people around me, catching it. And the way I used to split, I used to do the splits shot. Like at first you do the splits, is instead of going straight like this, like where your legs are like that, I would do it like that, to where my legs, like my knees are facing out, not sideways. To where it's like I could do the split like that. I'd do the splits like this. Like I would open my legs up like that, you know, like that, to where these are my kneecaps. So it's like I spread it like that, not like that. I would stand up and show you, but I don't know if you'll even get on camera. And I just remember me doing it, and I felt like someone like lightly tossed the ball at my knee. And I was like, oh, someone probably like was playing catch or something, and they missed the ball, so I could touch my knee. I turned my knee. This is my knee. This is my kneecap right here. It was like out on the side, so it was like that. Like my whole knee was just like it's like straight, and then my kneecap's right here, right, and then the rest of my knee was to the side, dude. I was like in shock. I was like, what the? And I turned and I just fell. I just fell over. When I felt my leg went like that, it fell and went and it just popped back in. I dislocated my kneecap. Like it just fully popped out. And then it just like popped back in, and I tore my meniscus during that whole process. And I just remember about it was just pain. But it was like I didn't feel the pain as much. It was like when my mind knew I should be in pain. So I was like, oh no, no. No, I was like, no, no. And I was like, wow. That was a crazy moment. That was a crazy moment. I was out for like 3 months. I wasn't out for a long time, you know. And I believe I tore both my meniscus. Meniscus. I wasn't able to say that word a long time for a while. You know, funny thing, I always thought it was really funny about the ability to spell. The hardest word ever for me to learn growing up was the word the. THE, the. And it was the only word I ever had to cheat to pass the test on because I just couldn't spell it. I couldn't spell it. So you know what I did? I wrote it on, I believe I wrote it like on my wrist. I wrote it like on my wrist, I believe, or like on my arm. I wrote it somewhere on my body. And I remember I was doing the test, and I just looked at it and it said THE, because every Friday we would take the spelling test in elementary. That's how you did it. Every Friday was a spelling test. So that's like how you got your English grade. I couldn't spell the word the. I am very good at spelling. Right now, especially, I don't know how. I don't even study this stuff, but I'm very good at spelling. I could not spell the word the. I just couldn't. I could not remember it. I forgot how I used to do it. I used to put like an F in there or something. It was really bad, but I could not spell the word the. It was so difficult for me. So I cheated. I cheated quite a bit in elementary, especially. I was that kind of guy where, especially like when it was like tests, what I would do is I would either throw signals on the side of me. So if I cheated, it would be with someone like behind me or someone like to the area around me. But I would look at them, and me looking at you was kind of letting you know that I'm about to do something. So either you're in or you're out. Like you are either in or you're out right here. Because things are about to get wild. We'd be in the middle of like a math test or something. And what I would do is, if it was question 4, I'd go like this. I'd be like, I'd be looking down. 4. And the person behind me, there's A, B, C, and D. They'll be like this. Let me test y'all real quick. Look at this. What do you think this means? That means B. Two pops means B. 1 was A, 2 was B, 3 was C, 4 is D. It's pretty easy to pick on. Pretty easy to pick up on. Very easy to pick up on. So that's what we're going to do. I cheated. I would cheat a bit. That is a fact. Yes, at school, I would cheat a bit. I remember one time, I would also be that weirdo. Everyone, what they always do if they cheat is, they look like they're looking around. Like, especially like when I start wearing contacts, dude. Ooh, when I started wearing contacts, it was a whole different game. Algebra in 8th grade. Yep. I didn't know a single thing about algebra, dude. I didn't. I probably still don't. If I'm being honest, I'm just not. When math became what it was, when it started doing the X, when it started doing all that stuff, the whole algebra stuff, and there on out, I checked out. I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Math just isn't for me. I don't like math. I loved it before all that. Math was probably my favorite topic growing up. But once algebra came into the equation, I was done. Simple as that. I was done. So I had to make a difference. I had to do something. I had algebra class and I wasn't passing. So what I would do in the test was I would sit right here, person next to me. I always wore my contacts for the day of the test. I had to. I would look around. I would go like that. Let me take my glasses off for this, so y'all get like this. Quick little glance, look around. One more glance, come back. And we would be facing this way. The teacher was over there. Teacher was over there, dude. She would turn the desk this way. During class, we'd be facing this way towards her, but to make more room, we'd be facing this way. So I was literally always against the windows. So she had to walk all the way over there to see what I was doing. But yeah, I'd go like that, glance, look around, see what's going on, glance again, then I turned, work on it a little bit, and then the teacher would always be like, the teacher looks at you a little bit, you want to erase a little bit, maybe write some stuff down. You don't even know what you're doing, dude. I didn't even know what I was doing. That's how you do it. Make it look like you're thinking. There's some thoughts going on. Yeah, there's thoughts. My next thought is, how am I going to look to the person to my right's paper? We get that QR code. I made it too easy. Made it too easy with that QR code. Especially when they put it on the side. They wanted it out the way, so they literally put it right in front of you. So I just turn. And what I would do too on that was that I would skip questions, but like I would kind of dot the answer so I could go back later on and fill in the answer, so it looks like I'm not copying, And then it was like the easy thing, like if the person next to you finished and you copied off them, I would just wait 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or sometimes I'd be like, all right, well, what I'm gonna do and make everyone know I don't have the same grade as them, I would go change some of the answers. Because this wasn't about me acing, this was about me passing. And there's always that person that you're like, hey, don't fully copy. Because sometimes they would copy off me. If it wasn't math, they would be copying off me a little bit. And when I say what goes around comes around. So how am I going to try to copy off someone in algebra, but when it comes to the English exam, I don't let you come get some? How's that right? So I'll be working on it, and there's always that one guy who copies it perfectly, dude. You're like, hey, don't do the same thing as me. Don't copy it word by word. And they would copy it word by word, turn it in, and y'all get caught. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. I was telling this kid the other day who I was working with about how, because he has a phone. He has a phone. And I'm going to keep these off because my eyes are starting to hurt. He has a phone in the 4th grade, and I was telling him how I think I got a phone at the end of 5th grade. But people would have iPhones and everything when we were like in 2nd, 3rd grade. People had iPhones. And I was like, how, dude? Wow. But what I did was, because there was this girl I liked. 3rd grade, there was this girl I liked. And I sat with her. I would pass notes to her. And I told her, like, hey, I like you. We were more direct back then. Nowadays, people were just like, let's do these 20 dates. Let's go on all these dates and stuff. Maybe I like you, maybe I don't. But like when you're in elementary, middle school, it was like, hey, I like you. Let's get together. There wasn't that let's go on dates. It was like, either we're going to date right now or we're not dating. Hey, this is your first week of school. I like you. Let's start dating. And that's what I did. I was like, I like you. Let's do this. Let's get this going. She was like, okay. This was all in notes too. I'd pass some notes. Miss Marsh's class, 3rd grade. I'd pass some notes to her. We got together. She was like, you got a number? I was like, yeah, I got a number. And I put down my dad's phone number. But it was my dad's phone number, but it was my dad's old phone. And his old phone was a flip phone. So I gave her that number. She never texted me. It's all right. We were still together for a week. We dated for a week. Then she broke it off with me. Over notes. It was kind of emotional for me. I was a little emotional about it, I'm being honest. It hit me close. But yeah, I would use my dad's flip phone. Remember, I had that flip phone with me out of my pocket, and I was waiting for her to text me. She never texted me. But it's all right. I get it. We all had to go through it. A little emotional for y'all out there. Yeah, man. Gets me right now. Gets me hurting a little bit. Man, people were just dating anyone. If you even looked at someone wrong, you would start dating them. There was this one girl. Let me tell you something. I had a lot of embarrassing moments when I was little. One time, I think I was like in 6th grade. There was this one girl that would always look at me during the classes, and we would have like, it was weird because all of us had like all of our classes together. It was like a group of us that had all 7 classes together. It was 7 or it was 8. I'm pretty sure it was 8, I believe. 8. We're gonna say it was 8. And I remember like during the day, she would just like, it would always be her looking at me and like some of her friends like there, and like they start laughing and she would start laughing. And the whole time I thought it was because she liked me. Being honest, I thought it was because she liked me, dude. I really did. And it turns out that one time during lunch, she asked me in front of everybody, she was like, do you know why I always look at you? And I was like, oh, this is the moment. This is the moment, guys. I'm about to get a girlfriend. She's like, it's because whenever I look at you, you start getting all red and it's funny. And I was like, oh. I was like, dang, bro. Dang. Everyone started laughing at me and I was like, oh, man, no. Don't do this to me, guys. Don't do this to me. Pretty embarrassing. Oreo, too. I already showed the story, but they would always play Oreo, and I was always the person that they would ask because I would always say yes, and I was kind of the weird kid. And that was always embarrassing, man. That was always embarrassing. But yeah, guys, that's it for today. Go Cubs, baby. Hopefully by episode Friday, if I get everything working, there will be an episode Friday as well. This one will be out tomorrow. Don't y'all worry. Tomorrow, as in Monday. Go Cubs. Y'all better say go Cubs. They're going to win it all. Let's have a good week. Let's have a great week, guys. I start my second job Tuesday. I go in for onboarding. I'm scared. I'm a little scared. I'm a little excited. We don't know what's going to happen, but believe something better could happen, guys. Y'all have a good one. Once again, this has been John Guerra. Let's get on going.
Burning memories till they're